All right, so I want to make this quick video. Make my quick response to Mark Holmes. Well, before I even do that, let me, I guess, put my quick take on Drew Pearson. My bad, being snubbed from the, from the Hall of Fame. First of all, even though Drew Pearson did play before my time, I looked up his numbers. I seen his highlights and everything, and especially being as though that Drew Pearson was involved with the Cowboys' success and everything, I have no problem admitting they did him dirty. They did do him dirty. And you know what? And to be honest, I ain't mad at Drew Pearson for being very emotional. I ain't mad at him for that. He has a right to be emotional. For all his hard work and effort that he did and everything, even though he's a Cowboy, but that's not really the point. But still, he has a right to feel some type of way, just as any player would, that always played hard and everything. He has a right to feel some type of way, just as you Cowboys fans have the right to stand up for Drew Pearson. You guys defend him and everything, feel some type of way. You guys have the right, I ain't knocking y'all for that, because I do the same thing when I stand up for my players, that, getting emotional and all. But I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all, though. I'm going to keep it 100. First of all, especially to Mark Holmes, don't know if I really want to add his name into the title, because I'd be considered, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, I'd be considered clout chasing or whatever. I'm just going to say this. I don't want your subs. I don't want your subs. I don't want your views. I don't want none of that shit. I'm not doing this to ask for views or whatever. I just want to voice my opinion, or I guess I'll just say in the end, this is what YouTube is for. It's called freedom of speech. We have the right to stand up, voice our opinions and everything, and the views are going to come regardless. It is what it is. But I find it rather hypocritical. I find it very ironic, hilarious, that Mark Holmes, who would have the audacity to come on here and talk about, how Philly 500 and Eagles fans are crossing the line because they're making fun of Drew Pearson, being emotional and everything for being snubbed. I don't think it's the fact that he got snubbed. I think it's more like because Drew Pearson was emotional. Now, look, I understand it's your channel, it's your opinion in the end. I'm not knocking you for that. But based off of what I saw from your video, you're a hypocrite, bro. Especially, being as though you like to block Eagles fans. I find you very hypocritical, because you have no problem making live streams, on Philly 500's live streams, recording your reaction to Philly 500's live streams, talking your shit, you and your followers or fans or whatever, Cowboy fans in general, y'all have no problem going on Philly 500's live stream, doing y'all trolling, as you call it, Philly 500's live stream, trolling Philly 500. You have no problem doing that. You have no problem with your fans going on his channel trolling. No problem at all. But if it was the other way around, Eagles fans doing what they're supposed to do, defending their team, or trolling you for, counter trolling, you want to block them. Especially Philly 500's fans. You want to block them. So here's what I got to say in part of that response. If you don't want Philly 500's fans trolling on your channel, then stop live streaming yourself trolling Philly 500 then. Stop making a lot of videos about the Eagles, because that's a lot of reason why Eagles fans are always on your channel, because you, Mark Holmes, you make videos about the Eagles all the time. When there's breaking news, you're one of the first in line to make videos about it. How can you really sit there and not expect Eagles fans to troll on your channel? Because if you wasn't making videos about the Eagles, if you wasn't talking about Philly 500 all the time, I understand you guys are good friends, but if you wasn't doing that, there wouldn't be as many trolls on your channel. And being as though you like to block his fans, but you have no problem trolling Philly 500's live stream. You have no problem sending your fans on Philly 500's live stream. You have no problem doing that. And you know what's funny? Philly 500 he's never really blocked people, because I've been on a lot of Philly 500's live streams, and it'd be a whole bunch of trolls that aren't even Cowboys fans. But there are a lot of Cowboys fans on there, but there are people that aren't Cowboys fans, you know, trolls, period. They all troll Philly 500's live stream, and he's just standing there, he just takes it like it's nothing. I mean, I can't speak on behalf of his moderators, you know. There are a couple that will be blocking, but you know what Philly 500 do? He either A, warn his moderators not to block those trolls as long as they keep it football. Maybe if it was personal, I would 100% agree. You know, likewise in your case, if Eagles fans, if they got very personal, you have every right to block them. You know, I ain't knocking you for that. To hell with anybody, even Eagles fans that get way too personal. All right, but you need to grow some thick skin. Straight up, you need to grow some thick skin, because you're being a hypocrite right now. You block Philly 500's followers for trolling on your channel, but you got no problem sending your fans of Philly 500's live stream trolling. You do the same thing. You troll his channel, period. So, I mean, what's the big deal? And as far as Drew Pearson's situation goes, oh, man, Cowboys fans, you guys are the biggest hypocrites when it comes to that. Because if it was Harold Carmichael who got snubbed from the playoffs and he felt some type of way, y'all would be the first in line making fun of Harold Carmichael being very emotional. You know how I know? Because y'all doing the exact same thing. You guys were making fun of Doug Peterson feel some type of way. You were making fun of Carson Wentz feel some type of way. Y'all making fun of Brandon Graham, Josh McCown, Joel Embiid, even though it's not about, you know, basketball, but still, y'all do it all the time. But you expect us to feel bad for Drew Pearson for being emotional? Grow some thick skin, because you guys are being a bunch of hypocrites. Grow some thick skin. We don't feel bad for y'all, because y'all do it to us all the time. All the time. So, as far as I'm concerned, to hell with you, your sensitive ass fans, you know, that wants to feel some type of way, because y'all do it all the time. Stop being a hypocrite. Grow some thick skin. And that's all I gotta say. Oh, and by the way, I give it to you for finally, honoring your bet. As far as unblocking Philly 500 followers at times, which should have been done a long time ago. It's bad enough your son, when he sent the belt over to Philly 500, mad props to him as well, because, mad props to him as well, because being as though he had to put in that time, put his, box it up and everything and send it out, yet that still came in faster than you honoring your bet. If you still got a problem with, Philly 500's fans, back to their trolling, well, you shouldn't take the bet in the first place. Not only that, you shouldn't be making videos about the Eagles. You shouldn't be trolling on Philly 500's live stream. But then again, you're a grown-ass man. It's your channel. You can do whatever you want. But don't sit there and act surprised when Eagles fans, fire back. That's pretty much it. Grow some thick skin, you and you Cowboys fans, and stop being a bunch of hypocrites. That's all I got to say. Y'all have a good night. Fly, Eagles, fly.